For the murder of the wounded, looting, cannibalism, you are hereby sentenced to death by hanging. Or torment.
Don't meddle. Take the reward and let's go.
Help me!
Knew you witches wouldn't scorn imperial gold. Tough hunt.
Tougher than yours, that's certain. Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference.
Fit me!
Bring her down. Do it my way. You like that, you bitch? Get the hammer. Kick her teeth in.
The degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all.
Just make it quick, Geralt.
What the?
Close your eyes.
Hit him. What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
Welcome to The Witcher, No Peace Until Death, Episode 18. Preliminarily called Fate. Most times it doesn't end up being the name of the chapter, but so be it. Last time, we are picking up with the escapades of Zavis, Devnet, Rothmir, and Ayla. They left off at the village of Haldur, and this is the prologue. Zavis stares down the Scoia'tael, his hands clenched into fists. What he and Devnet has built here at Haldur was ruined, and this bastard before the dwarf was part of the reason. He threatened his longtime friend, now maimed, and seemed to take delight in it. It was the last straw. Zavis would now square off against him in a fight to the death. There were no illusions. For Ayla, Devnet, and Rothmir, they could watch or they could engage. What would they decide? Would they falter? Will they be victorious? Will fate decide, or will they make their own? As you can see, I've already rolled initiative for all the Scoia'tael. I would like you to all roll initiative, even if you're not planning on fighting. This is just in case it happens at some point during the fight, so we don't have to stop, roll initiative, slot it in, etc.
Ooh, Zavis, fucking hell.
Fastest fists.
My boy's angry.
Nice. Alright. Okay, so be it. I will not ask every time if you want to do something, so I'm just going to ask preliminarily now. Is anybody planning on attacking besides Zavis right now? Is anybody planning on doing anything in the fight?
Not at the moment. I think Dev is trying to prevent a bloodbath, and they're not positioned very well.
Ayla's not going to yet.
Okay. Rothmir?
Yeah, Rothmir is very it's very possible that he might jump in any second. But he's trying to look for a place where, the smartest way to do it, and he hasn't found out yet.
Okay. All right. So if I get going and I ask anybody for, or I don't say anything, and you want to jump in, just stop me. Just say, hey, I would like to do something on your initiative, and we will.
Cool.
So let's get the right music going.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Zavis. What would you like to do?
All right. So Zavis kind of stretches a moment as they're about to face off as the headman. Is he using like one sword or a couple of swords?
He's got one sword. It's a thin, curved blade.
Alrighty. And Zavis, from his pocket, pulls both of his brass knuckles and readies himself and goes in.
You're within your speed range, so you can move freely.
Yeah, he's going for him dual style as was intended. Now, I don't need a maximum range for a charge, do I?
No.
Okay, cool. Or minimum, sorry. So I'm going to do that. So I'll move up and attack. Now, I believe I can fast attack when doing that as well, right?
No, you cannot, because a charge is -3. It's as a strong attack.
Oh, it has a strong. Okay,
and it's
cool.
your full action.
Oh.
You can't like spend stamina.
Actually, yeah, in that case, he'll just kind of move up and start going in.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. I forget I don't have to use the sheet. Cool. So I'm going to do a fast attack with brass knuckles.
Okay.
Fast strike 1. Make sure I select the knuckles. Here we go. Ooh.
24. Okay. He is going to try to dodge that. So I figure out if I have a dodge button for him.
Ooh, shit. They rolled big.
Punch, and he's able to evade.
Yep, I'll go in for the second one.
Two. That's a hit.
Nice.
Go ahead and...
Ooh, it's head.
Head.
Shit.
Damage was 13. He has no armor to the head. So... let's see what that would be. It's 39 damage.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
Fucking my boy. How close is it?
Hold on. Let me just,
Okay, cool. Holy fuck. I did not expect that. That's a lot, man.
So you walk up and hit him right in the middle of the forehead with your knuckle dusters, and he staggers back, blood coming out of his ears and nose simultaneously. He looks like he's about to drop his sword and fall over, but somehow he doesn't.
Ooh.
Rothmere, would you
yeah.
like to do anything? Or actually, you can attack again. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's not giving up, and he looks like he's going to keep fighting, then Zavis will go in for an extra attack.
Okay, that's -3 stamina.
Extra action. Fast strike. Fast knuckles. Come on, my boy.
Hit. Where was that to? That was to the right leg. He's got to do another stun save. No. So, how do you kill him?
Fucking hell. My lucky boy. Holy shit, that is the one way I never expected to go. So Zavis, of course, just seeing the way this village has become after years of this being a refuge for him, walks up to him, of course. The first blow as the headman kind of leans as if to strike, landing square in the head, and then that slug, after hitting the left, comes up and lands solidly in the arm, and as the blades fall down from his hands, he just slumps.
As this happens, the Scoia'taels surrounding you look between each other. The archers raise their bows, point but not shoot. One calls out, "Lay down your arms! Lay down your arms or we'll shoot!"
Zavis, kind of realizing that the headman is properly dead, kind of stares for a second, looks at the archers. "Hey, my orders are down. So are you going to take us to your fucking leader or what?"
They look to each other and nod. The same one speaks, "And the others, drop it!"
He won. We've earned the right to bear our weapons, but we'll go with you. Or do you dishonor the rules of this duel?
Didn't hear any rules, just heard that we aren't to attack, and we're not attacking unless you raise your arms against us. You can do some sort of persuasion roll, either persuasion or charisma, or intimidate even.
All right, she's going to do intimidate.
Nice.
Our weapons aren't raised against you. Not yet.
Please, let's not incite them to violence.
I'm not putting myself in a position where they've got all the advantage.
I understand.
I'm sorry, I was
No, you're fine.
No problem.
looking for it.
It's
So
under
this is gonna be
charisma.
empathy.
Yeah, empathy.
or-
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is.
It should be under. It's not under empathy. It's under. I think will.
Oh yeah.
Oh, intimidate
intimidate,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No modifiers, right?
That's right. Actually, yeah, I would give you a plus. I'll give you a +3 because of just what just happened.
Right.
So that succeeds, and they lower their arrows and place them back in the quiver. Fine. That way.
Devnet takes her hands off the hilts of her throwing knives and nods. Looks at Zav.
He looks
Let's
back.
see what this is all about.
Aye. He turns and kind of looks down towards the headman again, sighs, and makes to follow Scoia'tael.
Don't dare, Devnet says over her shoulder. Get Selene inside. He shouldn't be having to look at this. He's seen enough.
The elf nods and looks to Ayla. Thank you for what you've done for me. I hope you make it back.
Of course. Thank you, Mom dear. I hope you do too. And she'll give him a bit of a smile. Her face is very pale at the moment.
He places a hand on your shoulder as he rounds you and walks towards the child.
Rothmir's gonna put his, rest his palms on the hilts of his blades and step over towards Gilbaran.
What do you want, human?
He says, "What have you got planned? Drag us out in the woods? Cut our throats?"
I'll be staying here in the village. What the Scoia'tael do, the Scoia'tael will do. But I don't believe that is what they plan. They'll take you to the tower.
Devnet looks at Zavis. The tower?
Zavis kind of turns at the mention of that. What do you mean, the tower, Gil?
That's where the master is. The tower.
Who exactly is the master?
Like I've ever met him.
Him. Alright. And if you're gonna lead us there, you're gonna lead us there.
Doesn't matter. If any of them have the fucking grit he did, it shouldn't be that much of a problem if they do start trouble. Hopefully. Zavis kind of he looks a bit spaced out as he kind of looks toward Rothmir. Hey lad, if anything happens, try not to jump in too quick, alright? The last thing we need is an example of what they're yammering on about, right?
Rothmir nods towards Zavis. "If you need my help, just give me a nod."
Aye. Just keep in mind, he'll just use it as an excuse, really. But aye. Of course, if something happens to you, feel free to knock a few heads, lad. I don't think it'll come to that, hopefully.
Rothmir regards the corpse on the ground and says, "That was a good hit."
Aye. That was a lucky one, was what that was.
Shh. Luck. You've had a lot of lucky ones, Zav. Devnet says, smiling.
Aye, luck of the horde, after all.
But if you jump in front of me one more time and shame me in front of my friends or enemies, I'll cut off your beard.
Zavis kind of goes a bit visibly pale as he kind of recalls some of the stuff he said in the heat of the moment. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Dev.
She nods stiffly. Still, fine job.
He nods as well and kind of turns. Well then, I suppose, let's go.
one thing I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna be seeing, what we're gonna be facing when we go to this tower. But it sounds silly, but I had dreams before I came here. Dreams of aliens speaking to me. Apparently some sort of tests, I think, in these woods that we're gonna face. Never exactly said what. Don't know if this is part of it, but...
What, you think they'll have some sort of seer or something?
No, but I'm not exactly sure how much power he's accumulated over the years, but I'm sure it's something fearsome by now.
Fair enough, I suppose. For now, though, just stick close. Keep an eye out.
Of course.
One of the Scoia'tael looks at you. Are you done yammering?
We're done now. Please, guide us there.
He nods. The forest is not a friendly place, not even to our kind. So watch your step. And follow close.
I will.
And they take you into the forest. Your image fades as from the village as you step through the heavy woods, disappearing from the villagers' eyes. You march for a long while. The paths are almost non-existent. Zavis remembers it not being such. Everything is overgrown with gnarled branches and vines. The Scoia'tael seem to tread very carefully, and your path is slow. Eventually, the day is all but lost, and the Scoia'tael wave to a thick and mangled trunk of a tree. Make camp here. We'll keep an eye out. We have another day of travel.
How deep are you going?
We're going to the tower.
Does this seem the way to the tower that Axenia used to live in?
Generally, it is so. The forest seems very different in just a couple years. It's so overgrown and wild now that it's very hard to say for sure.
On the way, Dev is, aside from being just generally trying to stay on her toes because everything seems so strange and different, but she's keeping an eye out for glimpses of their dryad friends that used to live in and around the village.
Yeah. Zavis has been kind of taking the whole area in, noting, of course, again, how overgrown and wild it's become. Yes. It's gotten a lot worse, hasn't it? They used to keep it so tended on the way out there.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the wild, but this feels unnatural rather than natural.
I suppose. It's just sad seeing something so familiar like that, you know. If I just come back a bit more often, maybe fuck, I don't know. I don't like seeing it like this. The
It's true,
town, everything.
We can't, unless we plan on putting down roots, we can't manage everything.
Aye, I suppose so. It's the way of the world, isn't it? I suppose like always, we'll just keep moving, eh?
We'll do what we can, where we can, when we can. That's really all we can do.
Aye, exactly. Though, I must say, this has me craving guild air after all this. I hope it's doing well, compared.
Hopefully it hasn't undergone any changes this drastic.
Right. Well, I suppose let's set up. It's going to be a long night, I feel.
How long has it been since you've been back here anyway?
Couple of years.
Only a couple?
Aye, roughly.
That's why I was speaking of the unnatural appearance of this. The path from the town to the tower was a familiar one to us, and this... If I didn't know better, I'd say I'd never been in this forest before.
As the bloke alone, you never know. If they did piss off the dryads, I wouldn't be surprised.
Couldn't be
They
that.
have,
Could be something else entirely.
Hopefully not. I'd be much happier to see the dryads again and just hope that they got pissed with the lads and just overgrew the area somehow. But this, you never know. Like I said, it's a block alone.
One of the Scoia'tael overhears you. Dryads? Won't be seeing any dryads anytime soon.
And where's that lad?
The master. Push them away. They're no match for him.
What do you mean pushed him away?
Scared them away. Did his magics.
Magics? Who the hell's your master anyway? You keep going on about?
He's the master of elves, the master of these woods now. The master of the living. The master of the dead. You'll meet him.
And does this master of yours have a name? Or is he just some fuckwit that got lost in the woods?
I don't know his name. I simply call him the master because I know my place. And Dorf, you might have killed the headman, but you'll know yours soon enough.
I suppose, lad, but I don't really care at this point. So you go on and keep it running your mouth.
Zavis. If it's who I think it is, let me talk to them first.
What do you mean?
You don't think it's
Your lad?
who you've been looking for?
Ayla bites her lip, fiddling with her nails, looking down. It sounds like I don't want to say anything against it, but based on what we've been told by another very, very powerful mage, you remember the one, Rothmere, Carnifax.
Yes.
We ran into an individual who was hunting for Ellie and Rothmere. Was trying to help me find him. Went back into these prisons just to see if we could find him. Said he'd seen a man with the same description as alien. And while Carnifax was creating these things, these monstrosities, as we were leaving, Carnifax came to us in some sort of, almost like a vision. He said that the alien was his apprentice, that he'd gone off. I don't want to believe he's been doing things like this. It's not the same man that I was with before, but maybe if it is him, maybe if I talk to him, maybe it can be fixed.
Zavis is kind of a bit distant as he listens to this, kind of watching her expression. And so you think it might be your lad did all this?
I don't know.
Proper.
I don't know. I hope not. But maybe. He said he was here. At least that's
Those
what I
visions you
interpreted.
mentioned?
This is all part of some test to find him again.
Why didn't he come looking for you before, Ayla? If he had the chance.
The world's a big place, Rothmere. I've been looking for him for years, never stay in the same place. Maybe he finally got out of whatever place he was trapped in, looking for me, but maybe he decided to stay in one place, like maybe I should have me come to him instead.
Perhaps. It could be any number of things. I suppose all we can do is find out, enter the situation with an open mind, but a wary one.
Aye.
Hey. I'm anxious for the morrow.
I don't trust these Scoia'tael to keep a good watch. I think we should take turns. This forest has a dark appearance that I mistrust, and I shan't sleep soundly and not at all unless I know one of you's got my back.
I agree. If the dryads are gone, then fuck knows what kind of monsters could be lurking about.
I don't even like the looks of this here tree.
Aye.
I'll take first watch.
That's good.
Rothmere kind of leans in to whisper it more than anything is to the others. What do you think this Scoia'tael gained from taking us to this tower?
I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Could be the hope to kill us off, but if they wanted to do that, they just would have shot us up. So, that's something else.
I think that they see him as a patron, that he's given them a sanctuary of sorts against persecution in the village, that they feel that he perhaps protects and watches over the elves that serve him.
I don't know. I think they're scared. They think if what Ayla's saying is right, I told him to bring us here ahead of time. So if it is your lad, I certainly hope he's not gone off the deep end.
As do I. I just want him back. That's all.
and everything we've heard, I think that's the most likely situation. I mean, it may not be him, but someone wanted us here. And if you've been having weird-ass mage visions about it, I wouldn't be surprised if it's him or someone else.
Rothmere looks over towards Ayla and says, is there any gold in these visions you're having?
Gold?
I don't smell enough at the end of this journey.
I suppose, but there's you never know. A life, maybe? Because I have a feeling if you try and run back to the village without these fuckers to guide you, well, you might as well throw it away.
Yeah, it's true. I'm an experienced woodswoman, and I wouldn't trust my own chances on my own here. Just sit tight, stick with us until it's safe, and hopefully gold will come along. You just got to keep your eyes open for it.
Aye, you never know. You know, good friendly relationships could lead to gold as well. Zavis gives him a wink. I could always use some help on the road. You never know. And if you prove yourself useful, you know, good friends are worth the company.
He offers his pipe to Zavis.
Thank you. Zavis takes a toke of it.
Well, Ayla, if you're taking first watch, I'm gonna catch what shut eye I can.
You'll rest. I'll wake you up next, Devnet.
Devnet throws down her cloak on the ground, lays down, and tries to relax enough that she can sleep a bit, surrounded by these strange wilderness and enemies.
Hey, I still have my pack. Give me a minute, I'll set up the tent. It's a bit better than, he kind of looks up at the gnarled tree that kind of...
No,
leans
it's
over.
Zav. I want to be able to see what's going on around me tonight.
I suppose you have a point, don't you? Alright, fair enough.
The three of you attempt to sleep, and eventually you do. It is dark. Perhaps darker than anything you've experienced before. No light seems to get through. No moonlight, no stars. The canopy of trees is thick above, far above. You would expect to hear insects chirping and buzzing, but it is deathly quiet. The only thing you hear is your breathing, and those of the Scoia'tael nearby. Ayla, you sit on a gnarled root that is jutting out of the ground. You think you see something slowly moving, a billowing red about its frame, a bald head, standing tall, but not walking, floating.
Oh no. Ayla, can she see the full vision of that?
As it gets closer, yes.
Yeah, she stands up quickly, clutching onto her staff. Carnifex.
Yes. You are close. Close to what you have sought for so many years. What do you think you'll find?
I just want to find my fiancé. That's all I want.
Really? Do you think he has not changed with the skills that I have given him? He is a master now. He has almost perfected his craft.
Ayla hesitates for a moment, looking off towards everyone else sleeping, looking back to Carnifex. I'm assuming you've done quite a number on him.
He was eager to learn my skills, my techniques. It has been a long while since I have taught him anything, though. He has grown on his own.
How did it even come to you?
Well, as many of my volunteers, he was captured, but he intrigued me, and so I did not offer him up to the heart like the other mages. I brought him in.
And why exactly did you make one of them look like him?
You think that was me? No. That was him. He did that. He was luring you in.
Did he want me to die? Is that it?
He wanted to see how strong you have gotten. Were you strong enough to sit by his side and help him perform his tasks, his great works?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm strong enough for anything like that. All I want to do right now is see him, is talk to him. I don't care if he's changed. I just want to know why he never looked for me. Why he never came for me.
There is one thing he loves more than you. His work. You will see. But
Then why do you come to me now?
because I want to see you now and see you after. You owe me a life.
I do. I know that your Witcher came after us. And your Witcher defected.
I did not know that.
Well, since we're here, I feel like it was obvious.
I assumed he was defeated. My men found the burnt corpse of the older Witcher.
Ayla shakes her head. No. That Aiden still lives.
That is fortunate. I have not experimented on an experiment already performed. I will return to you at some time later, and you will choose what to give me. Or I will kill you, and I will kill your fiancé. This I promise.
Ayla again pales. She just nods very quietly. I will await your return then.
He almost instantly fades into the forest as a wind blows through and pushes him away as if he were nothing more than dust in the wind.
Ayla sits back down on the root, puts down her staff with a bit of a clatter, head in her hands. Sits there for a while thinking about seeing Elian again, talking to him, and what exactly Carnifax will ask for.
Ayla, you're considering all these things, and all of a sudden your eyes open, and you realize you were sleeping. The Scoia'tael is standing over your small camp. Come on! You've overslept.
Ayla will get up. Is it time to switch shifts, or is it morn?
It's morning. You can tell that light is above. You are not sure exactly what happened. For the rest of you, you would know that Ayla woke up the next person, but she remembers nothing of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. And she quickly grabs her staff, grabs her things. I'm awake.
We're leaving in 5 minutes. Prepare yourselves. And the Scoia'tael go about getting themselves ready.
Rothmere will step over to her and checking his equipment while he's walking over to her. And everything all right?
Everything's fine.
All right then. Let's find out what these elves want.
Let's see. She's gripping her stuff fairly hard as she joins up with the rest of them.
Zavis kind of looks them both over. You two are ready? It's going to be a long day, I think.
I am ready to go.
He makes sure he's, not within ear's reach of any of the Scoia'tael. And looks over at the other three. So, he kind of then turns to Ayla. Do you honestly think your lad is going to be hostile?
Ayla shakes her head. No, I don't think so. I think he'll be more intrigued than anything.
What do you mean by that?
Surprised that we actually decided to come here on our own volition. We could have decided to take on the Scoia'tael. Could have decided to take over the town. Instead, we come all the way out here.
I did consider killing them in their sleep, but
Hey, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. But we need to get there at least.
Did anything happen last night?
I think I found every frickin' root in this forest under my bum, but other than that, no.
And I woke you, right?
Zavis woke me. I think... Did you wake Zav?
I don't remember. I think just sleeping in a dense forest, even one overgrown such as this, maybe slightly affected my memory.
Well, I suppose just rest up. I suppose just be careful on the way out. Hey, you sure you're all right?
I'll be alright. I'm just nervous is all. That's all it is. She'll give him a weak smile.
I took last watch. Everything was fine.
Hey, that's what I thought. Everything was fine enough through the night.
I'm glad.
This place would disturb anyone's slumber. I'm not surprised you feel a bit out of sorts. Let's go see if this is truly your lab.
Aye. Oh, and before we rejoin them, Dev, you think you've got a good idea of the way back? Just in case.
Dev looks around. What does she feel like she's got her bearings, or is she completely...
Give me a wilderness survival roll.
Yeah, Rothmere will look at everybody and try to hope that the Scoia'tael are far enough ahead to hear, and say, if anything happens, remember, just give me a nod.
Me.
Well, it's all quite different, but still, I'm pretty sure I could get us back without too much of a problem.
Alright, good. Yeah, and Zavis again. As they kind of are making sure they have everything gathered up, out of earshot. If something does happen, they hesitate. But, let me have at it first, right? Draw their attention and all that. And then go for the archers.
Sounds good.
And keep an eye out. You never know if they have more about.
I doubt it. Sounds like they'd be too scared to be lurking around here, but taking the archers out first, and she gives a little smile. That's always a good idea.
Zavis gives a kind of half-hearted smile back. Hey, I suppose it is, isn't it? Alright, well then, let's get going.
Hey.
Your day through the forest is long and hard. But as you remember it, the forest actually begins to thin out the closer you get to the tower, and it's more as you recall. Eventually, in the afternoon, the late afternoon, you crest a hill which you remember was a league from the tower which you could see it from. And you do reach that hill, and you can see the tower. It looks much unchanged. You see no activity whatsoever, which is not unusual, although your friend sometimes would be performing magic that you could see for miles around.
Well, I suppose it looks fine enough for now. I hope Axne got out of there if anything did happen.
She has a way of getting herself out of messes.
Hey, for fuck's sake. I'm surprised she hadn't run into us yet. You know she usually gets there ahead of us.
Definite shrug.
Ayla looks like she's about to say something, starts a sentence, and stops. Maybe we'll see your friend.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Let's just get to this tower.
No, what do you mean? Us?
Well,
Listen, if you know anything, you tell me. Asien is a very close friend of mine.
I just, if what Carnifax said was true, and your friend was the one who originally led this down, originally was at this tower, there's a chance that your friend is no more.
Zavis visibly shifts into a much more... it's hard to describe. He looks conflicted, somewhere between anger and just disbelief. Are you saying you think your lad killed Oxinia?
I don't know, Zavis. This is just speculation.
Listen,
Dev puts her hand on his shoulder. Let's not get excited yet. We don't know anything. We don't know anything at all.
right. Let's just hope she teleported out of there if something did go down. He kind
She's
of
a
looks...
mad bugger, but she's slippery. I'm sure she's fine.
Aye. He kind of turns back to Ayla. Remember, if something did happen to her, and it's clear when we get in there, I'm not going to hold anything back. Mage or not, I don't give a fuck.
Zavis, you're gonna let me talk to him first.
I suppose that's fair enough. But like I said, we'll see.
We will.
Zavis, visibly tense, turns as if to walk away from the conversation as swiftly as he can and continue moving along.
It takes you a while to arrive at the tower, and it is growing dark. Dusk is upon you as you arrive at the tower. One moment. One sec. You come upon the tower. There are two men standing outside the large door. They're Scoia'tael clearly. One nods and steps aside. They don't even need to be told what to do by the other Scoia'tael. He simply says, "The master's waiting."
And Ayla will take the initiative to step forward, start making her way towards the door.
Zavis follows pretty close behind.
Yeah. Dev will come behind.
Rothmere will follow the rear and try to pay any attention to any type of traps or anything hidden might open the door.
Don't see anything obvious. When you walk inside, it seems exactly as Zavis and Devnet remember it. There's an old chair that predated your friend, still seated where it was before. It might have been a throne of some petty lord, or who knows. You hear sounds coming from upstairs, hushed voices.
Ayla's gonna call out, "Hello?"
There's no response. Your words echo. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Zavis turns, kind of looks through the room, looks at you. Well then, I suppose we head up.
Hi, it's so close.
Aye.
Begin to walk up the stairs.
Ayla's gonna be very careful and gripping onto the railing as she heads up. She doesn't seem to wait for anybody. Just kind of goes.
Yeah, Zavis follows pretty tightly behind.
Dev's keeping an eye out for anybody lurking in shadows and, Scoia'tael that might be posted in different.
Yeah, you get to the top of the stairs. There's no one there. When you get to the top, you see a bridge that heads towards a well-lit room. And as you get closer, there's a man seated in a chair.
Seeing him, Ayla's face just lights up. Elian? Is that really you this time?
He has a quill in his hand and he's writing on a piece of parchment, his head looking down. When you call his name, he looks up. He smiles, but you notice black streaks cover his face, as if they were small veins of black blood. My love. He stands and slowly walks to the top of the bridge. I am happy you've come, finally, to me.
Ayla doesn't seems to brush off the change in his face. Just seeing him there, she's kind of transfixed. And she continues to walk forward as tears start to form at the edge of her eyes. I can't believe it's really you. It's been so long.
Yes. Many years. He reaches out
Too many.
and takes you in his arms.
And Ayla happily wraps her arms around him, kissing his face, kissing him deeply.
He smiles afterwards, looking over your shoulder. Oh, you've brought friends. Wonderful. Come forward.
Zavis is still looking very cautious as he kind of steps up a bit. His eyes kept pretty tight on Aelin, scanning the room every now and again. Not really saying much, kind of just taking everything in. Is there any way I could get a bit of a read on this guy, see what his, like... Does he seem like on edge or anything like that, or...?
Yeah, you can roll. Go ahead. Human perception.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that too, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Come, please.
Zavis steps up a little bit, kind of to the side, keeping a little bit of distance, but very cautiously watching him. So then, you're this, Elion, what's that?
Yes, Elyon. It is wonderful to make your acquaintance, and you are... whom?
Zavis, Darrow.
Zavis Darrow. Wonderful.
So, he kind of looks to Ayla before looking to Elion. You don't mind telling me how you came across this place?
Oh, a friend of mine suggested it. It is remote enough and surrounded by the forest that I could be here and, well, be undisturbed for the most part.
And I do suppose anyone was here when you decided to take it?
Actually, no. No one was here. If you're talking about the elf woman, or the woman, she did come back at one point. She is still here, unharmed, if that is what you are getting at.
Yeah, Zavis tenses up when he says that. And what do you mean by that? What's she doing? He's definitely going to be very closely watching this guy as he says whatever he says.
Oh, doing I do not know. She is downstairs in the basement.
Ian, I wanted to ask, and Ayla's pretty much on his heels the whole time, just staring at him, big smile on her face. Why didn't you come for me? I've been looking for you for so long.
Oh, I looked for you for a long while as well, but I was in a dungeon.
I'm sorry. I tried. I was too weak when they took you. I'm sorry.
It's nothing. You could have done nothing. It was a powerful man, but eventually I learned how to survive. He smiles.
Carnifex, you mean?
Yes, you know him.
We went to his estate. I went looking for you. I haven't given up.
I I knew you wouldn't. That is why I came to you. What I have to do is almost done, and we can be together again.
What is it you need to do? I'll help, whatever it is. I just want us to be a family again.
Just one more experiment, one last rite, one last thing I must do.
And what's that? Is it to do with your... She looks over at his face, seeing the veins. What is it to do with your... What's happening to you?
He looks up from Ayla and sees Devinet peeking around the corner. Yes, you see my apprentice over there. She's watching. She is benign for now.
Yeah,
Well,
Zavis. Oh, go ahead.
Well, why don't we introduce ourselves then? Seems a bit impolite to ignore.
Well, you did come into my home and barge in. That is also impolite, is it not?
Oh, we didn't have much of a choice.
Isn't it? Enough.
The woman in the corner steps out slightly. This is Ellenden. She's still somewhat cast in shadows. She doesn't say anything. She's my apprentice. What else do you want to know of her?
Oh, just seemed odd to ignore her, is all.
She's my apprentice. She does what I say. She does not speak on my behalf or when I do not tell her to. She is not ignored. She is where she should be.
Yeah, Zavis kind of takes her in a bit. Does she look... Can you get a good look at her with the shadows?
Give me a perception roll. I think it's awareness, actually, is the skill.
Deb's gonna do that too. She's
Sure.
been trying to get...
What is that, int?
That isn't, yes. Yeah, you can tell she's an elf. She has a, obviously female elf, with some sort of circlet on her head. It looks like some natural vines or something like that.
Rothmir's going to step into the light a little bit and offer a little half bow, and Rothmir of Gold, Rothmir Gold of Sintra. And he says, I've met you before. Do you remember me? And kind of looks for recognition towards Elion.
Oh, I don't think that was me, sir. You see, I gave another my face long before I left.
Oh, well, that's right. My apologies then.
And it is you who escaped. You should maybe be thanking me. I made sure that you could, so that in turn you could tell my beloved here about my presence and bring her to me finally. So I do thank you, Rothmir of Sintra.
Rothmir seems kind of surprised. Does that seem like he's being honest about that?
You have no
or?
clue. You can do a human perception if you want.
Okay. Because, of course, I think Rothmir probably thinks it's all him, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Well, there's no reason to wait to do your experiments, right? I mean, If you can get them done, then we can
Well,
finally
before
be
you do
together.
anything else, he kind of gives a half glare to Ayla before looking back to Aelin. I'd like to see Hoxenia, if you would. You said she's in the basement.
Oh, yes, you may visit her if you want. Certainly.
Is she free to go?
Oh, not quite yet. When I'm done, she can go.
So
What do you
she's
mean
your
by that?
prisoner.
Prisoner. He shrugs a bit. You could call it that. She's not asked to go. She seems happy here, if you ask me.
And have you done anything to her?
Oh, she's quite unharmed.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a read on that if I can.
Sure.
Rothmere will nod to Elion and smile and say, "Well, many thanks for helping me get out of there."
Oh, you were the one I thought was the most resourceful, so you were picked. Otherwise, you might be, well, an unfortunate experiment of my former master. And each of you now notice there's something behind Elion and Ayla. It's this pool, and you see it bubbling and twirling. It's kind of hard to see in the darkness, but there's something back there.
So, what exactly is this last experiment you have to do?
Oh, it would take quite a while to explain. I know you are proficient in the healing arts, my dear, but this is something quite different. I tell you what, my love, go with your friends. Check on their friend. And by then I will be almost ready. I must finish this. He looks down at his book. You see the writings in it which look completely foreign to you.
Ayla looks like she doesn't want to leave, but stands back up straight and looks to the rest. All right, I don't want to go, but
We are close, my dear. So very close. Trust me, I just need a while longer. Now that you are here, it is almost time.
And she smiles and nods. All right. We'll be back soon then. She looks
And-
to the rest.
Go ahead. Yeah.
She's just looking at everybody else, kind of nodding towards the stairs.
Yeah, Zavis looks to Aelion. And Oxenia, can she go with us then?
Yes, after I'm done, she can leave with you.
Done with what? What does it have to do with her?
Has nothing to do with her.
Zavis, please. Let's just go see your friend.
Go speak to her.
Zavis.
She is well. He actually, as you're talking, he looks over to Devnet and says, "Your arm."
What of it?
Would you like to be whole again?
She starts for a moment, just her mouth goes open just a slightly, and she looks at him and narrows her eyes and with suspicion because she doesn't let it.
Are you there? Oh crap, that's me. Something happened.
What? No,
Oh,
you're fine.
okay.
Slip cut out. Slip.
Can you hear me?
I can
Yes,
now,
yes, I
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think my mic came loose. Okay. She just narrows her eyes at him a bit because she doesn't allow herself real hope and says, "So this is something that's in your power. Is that what you're saying?"
I told you.
Oh, certainly. That was something that I could have performed a year ago, perhaps more. Easy for me now. You are a friend of my love, and I would be happy to assist.
Zavis kind of looks to DevNet. It's conflicted. There's the spark of hope, but it is completely masked with caution as he kind of looks back to Elion. Alright, and what would that take?
Oh, a few moments of your time. Nothing more. Simple. I must gather the ingredients I require, of course, but that is easily done. It would take me, I don't know, an hour maybe, to prepare.
Very cautiously, DevNet says, if that's something you could really do, I would be eternally grateful. But
Zavis shoots a cautious look at DevNet and then back to Elion. And you can give us your word that after all this is done, Oxenia can leave with us, happy and fine, and never will have a thorn back.
Oh, yes, she's free. She's of no consequence to me. Go speak to her. I will prepare for your friend while you do so.
let's go see her, Zav.
Suppose there's nothing else for it.
I suppose we know the way.
Hey. Hell, I helped build the fucking place. Well, fix it at least. Fuck's sake.
Huh.
He looks very obviously frustrated, and it's unclear why, as he begins marching promptly back down the stairs.
Come, Ayla will show you where to go. I think you'll like our friend. She's an interesting character.
All I care about is being done.
And as you leave, Elion smiles. Goodbye, my love.
And she turns around and smiles back at him. I'll see you soon. Again.
As they head down the stairs, DevNet gets close to Zavis and whispers, "I don't trust this fucker as far as I can throw him."
Hey, I don't trust anything, but we don't have much choice right now. I can tell you from just the look of him, something's up there. So I'm going to play it cautious. But if anything's happened to Oxenia, it's a whole nother story. But aside from that, as long as you, me, and her can get out of here well and intact, and to give a fuck.
I'm with you.
Zavis continues paying little heed to anything else aside from his conversation with Dev and the stairs themselves.
Rothmere will wait up for Ayla.
And she'll She'll come back. She's got a smile kind of fixed onto her face, and she looks over to Rothmere, walking over to him and placing a hand on his shoulder. This is all because of you.
Well, is it what you were hoping?
It's everything I've been hoping for. I just wish I didn't have to wait any longer.
Maybe Dev can get her arm fixed as well. Maybe I
yes.
can.
She seems to kind of dismiss it a bit, waving her hand to the side. Yes, she can get her arm fixed, and then Ellie and I can leave.
I can live happily ever after. And Dev says that in a very monotone sort of.
Yeah.
But she gives Rothmere a glance over her shoulder.
Rothmere kind of was, he snapped to look towards Ayla when she, sharply dismissed the comment, and he looks over towards Devnet kind of knowingly. What's going on with his face? He's got some kind of disease.
I don't think so. I'll look into it later.
Zavis kind of not really turning, but listening to the conversation as he continues down sternly. And what, you're gonna just run off with a lad? No idea what he's been doing. No idea what's wrong with him.
I can assess him, Zavis. You don't understand.
Dev puts her hand on Zav's shoulder. I think some things you have to see for yourself, and I think things will become clear soon enough.
Fine. I guess I can blame her.
Rothmere nods and he looks over towards Ayla and he says, just be careful.
Of what?
Your friend seems kind of off.
My fiancé. Maybe. It's been a long time since I've seen him. There's been much that he's been through. He's been in prison for many, many years, Rothmere. Does things to you.
Zavis kind of finally stops and just utterly stops, kind of turns to her and looks very keenly at Ayla. Just remember, lass, the only time I've ever seen someone calm like that, so completely unconcerned for any threat or any issue, is the eyes of witchers and killers. Those are the only types of folks that can look so keenly and so unworriedly about the world beyond them, because they know they have nothing to fear.
Maybe he's done what he's had to do over the years to survive, Zavis.
Maybe. I have too. But just keep that in mind.
We all have. Let's go see our damn friend.
He kind of grits his teeth at that. We will. Continues marching down the stairs.
Okay. One sec. You head down the large spiral staircase to the quote-unquote basement. This, when you were here, was a place mostly to hold supplies. There were a few cells from whoever inhabited this place before. And one of them is Axnia. She is sitting on a bench, leaning back, twirling her hair idly. Aelia, you recognize something that I'm gonna whisper you currently. Rothmere, give me a awareness. It's gonna have to be a good one. Yeah. Okay. She doesn't seem to see you yet. She's... Oh, yes, one time I flew. She's singing a little song kind of under her breath.
Yeah, Zavis kind of rushes up to the bars when he sees her. Axnia.
She looks over in your direction. Oh, is that my stumpy little man here?
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh,
What's going on here with all of this?
oh, I'm quite bored. I've been sitting in the cell for 6 months, I think. I forgot to scratch a few times, and so... Oh, Dev! Hi!
Ax, are you a prisoner here?
I'm in a cell. So yes.
Has he harmed you?
Oh, not really. Well, these bars are dimetirium, so I've been feeling less than wonderful, but no.
Does she seem pretty much herself, or does she seem off?
Yeah, I was gonna say Zavis is gonna keep an eye out.
She
for that.
seems as...
She's kind of wacky.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
kind of
so-
how I'm trying to play her.
Yeah, she's super airheaded, lackadaisical type.
Yeah, she seems more or less fine. She seems maybe that she's tired or, exhausted and uncomfortable. And if these bars are dimetirium, what you know about it is it makes mages very uncomfortable. And as she says that, everybody kind of gives Ayla a glance, and she looks quite uncomfortable as well.
Well, let's get you out of there. And Dev's gonna look for a way to open the bars on the cage.
Devin, just...
She is my friend. I'm not leaving her in there.
Yes, but... I don't exactly know what is going to be going on after this, but... I don't suggest removing her.
Wait.
Oh, you don't, do you? You suggest we just do everything your weird boyfriend wants. Well, no. I'm getting my friend out.
Oh, I don't think you can open them. It's not... doesn't have any lock. He's got it shut by his... And she kind of does a twirl with her finger. Magics.
What do you mean? Is that why you hadn't teleported out?
Oh, it's dimetirium. I can do nothing but fart. That's about as much magic as I can muster. She frowns.
Do you know what he's been doing here?
No, not exactly, but men come in here. I saw a dwarf, even a few elves. They go out and they never come back.
What do you think's been happening to them?
Probably murdered, but who can say?
Oh yes, what's a few lives, a few innocent lives for true love?
Ayla looks fairly hurt by this, looking up towards the door again. Looking
I
back
don't
at the-
suppose any of those visitors were children or women or innocent sorts like.
Oh, well, I didn't see any children. Innocent sorts? Mostly not, I think. Mostly it was Scoia'tael. Oh, but others too.
Well, it doesn't matter now. He said he'd let you go with us after all of this. Now, Oxenia, how did he get you in here?
He made me. I've never seen a mage of his power before.
And he didn't harm you?
No, didn't harm me. Just made me walk in. Told me to do it, and I thought, yes, that's a great idea, and I walked in, and here I am. She scratches the back of her head. Thought I was smarter than that, I guess not. You've always said I was a dimwit, and, I guess you might be right.
Well, if he's as strong as you say, or did you... What do you mean by he made you? What, he just threatened you?
No, he said, go walk into the cell and sit down. And he said, be quiet, and I did. And then the door shut, and that was all. And I tried to open it one time, and I got close to the bars and got very sick. Dimetarium, I can't get close, obviously.
Hey, you think he magicked you?
Well, he's a handsome man, but not that handsome.
You know what I mean, lass, come on.
Yes, I suppose, probably.
And do you think there's any way to defend against that?
I don't know what he can do. Zav, if he says he's going to let me go, then he probably will. I've been here for a long time, and there's been those that come and go, come and go, come and will go before me. Doesn't seem to have any interest in me.
Fair enough. Then I didn't give a damn. He kind of turns. Along this cage and the others that are... I presume he can kind of tell they're Demarium from what she said. They all look the same material, essentially?
Yes.
Are there any bits that look like they might be loose? Or any kind of damaged parts on any of them?
Not really.
Yeah, he's kind of scoffs at that. Alright then.
Rothmir's been wanting that kind of metal forever, ever since
Right?
he first
Fuck's
heard
sake.
about it.
I was like, oh, just fucking rub it on my goddamn hands and I'll punch the fucking...
Rothmir's gonna be like pacing and looking at the other cells to see if there's any other prisoners in there.
Yeah, Dev had seen him start to do that, and she was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's see if anyone else is down.
Yeah, you're walking, there's not too many. There's probably 4 total cells, and you don't see anyone else in there.
And there's no gate or a keyhole or anything.
There's a gate, but it doesn't have a lock. No one's tried to open them, but from what she said, that they don't open.
Well, Dev's gonna give it a try anyway.
Yeah,
She's not a mage.
Yeah, you reach over and grab one of the cells and try to yank on it, and even though there's no pin, there's no latch, there's no lock, it does not open.
Yeah.
Zavis kind of watches over all this, and looks back to Oxenia. Hey, Oxenia, I don't know if you noticed, but we had an accident. An issue with a fella a while back, and Dev lost an arm.
Huh?
This fella says he can fix it. Now, do you believe that? Do you think he actually can?
I don't know. I've never seen such magic. That is strong magic, and dangerous magic for certain. But if any mage can do it, perhaps this one can.
What do you mean by dangerous?
It's a form of If you ask me, in my humble opinion, it's a form of necromancy.
How so?
Once someone is injured so badly, I've never heard of anyone being able to heal it. Perhaps he's a powerful healer. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. I don't know.
I've seen it before. Rothmere will look over, and back at Carnifex's place, that creature that we fought in the darkness.
What do you mean?
It had many body parts sewn together.
Zavis looks kind of lost in thought for a second. He kind of looks between everyone. And do you think the lad could do it without hurting Dev or doing anything with the sword?
He might be able to. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. Not proper anyway. The only thing that what Rothmir's referring to is that creature that way fought in the basement of Carnifax's estate. It was a monster.
Ayla,
Don't
you think that maybe Carnifax has corrupted him somehow? Maybe polluted his mind? There's something wrong with his flesh. The black veins.
Ayla looks down at the ground as she's sitting on the stone floor. I think Carnifax did something to him. This is not the man that I came to know. Sacrifice, or bringing people down here. He's doing the same thing Carnifex is. I don't know.
Dev suddenly swallows and she looks over at the other three and she says, ingredients. He said he needed special ingredients. You don't think he meant... And then she pauses.
I would imagine an arm, yes. Yeah, Zavis looks a bit kind of... He's not trying to look Devinite in the eye, essentially. I had a feeling.
Great.
What, you think he was just going to make it grow back?
You hear a creak from the door behind you, and stepping through is Ellendin. What you notice now, in the light of the torch behind her, is she has no eyes. And on her cheeks are gashes, but not gashes like with the blade, but fingernails, deep scars.
Freya preserve us.
What are you doing here? You will not have my master, you harlot. He's mine, and I am his.
What do you mean? Ayla scrambles up to her feet. You're not his.
Scoia'tael began walking in from behind her.
He's mine.
Yeah, Zavis's eyes widen at that.
Rothmere pulls out his blades and puts his back to the wall.
Yeah, Zavis, and you said there's very clearly nothing we could rip off of from the Demuridium, is there?
You can give me a roll, athlete or physique roll, and if you somehow, let me tell you the TN so it doesn't sound like I'm because it's going to be extremely high if you hit it. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds here. What TN would I want for that?
He's kind of looking for any kind of little off bit or something towards an edge, anything really.
That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. You get a 30, and you would get it.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
Try.
let me double check. He might actually be able to hit.
Well, I mean,
that.
you can always crit, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. So he kind of slips on his brass knuckles and reaches for a spot that looks like it might give, and he's going to give it a go before charging in. You said body what?
Physique.
Physique. Okay. Come on, my boy. You can do it. Dwarf power. No.
Kind of yank on the
Yeah, it would've
cell
had to
and nothing happens.
Yeah. Then kind of lets go, realizing it's not going to budge, and readies himself to charge forward.
Okay.
Oi, you! All you! Your master's not gonna be happy if you harm his love. Whatever this one tells you. You hear it from her own mouth. She's jealous.
Zavis
You
kind
better
of...
back off and leave it to them.
Yeah, Zavis doesn't quite turn towards DevNet. Dev, I think she's been literal. I don't know. But...
Ayla's gonna raise a hand at this point. I'm pointing towards Ellendon. Oh, only one of us is leaving this basement. I guarantee it's me.
All right. Let's take a 5-minute break while I set this up. I'm going to do a top-down instead of this. Just give me about 5 minutes. Take a bathroom break.
Okay.
I'll pause my recording.
I was hoping we can get the Scoia'tael to back off, because I don't think the master would be happy if they hurt you.
Well, I was gonna say that the thing Zavis got from that conversation is she looks really sketchy, right? And he said she was his apprentice, yeah, but I didn't get a read on that. And she looks really fucking weird, right? He doesn't know, right? But the way she's saying it kind of makes it sound like she's saying he is literally hers, right? So now he's kind of questioning whether, it's him or her in control.
Definitely didn't go there.
Yeah, as well as Zavis, he's the fucking storybook reading.
Yes.
Bard. So
We can do a persuasion check, and maybe that can affect it in some way.
Zavis needs to do more persuading and less punching, because Dev is not good at the persuasion.
yeah, I mean he's fine to back you up and trying to clear some of the Scoia'tael.
All right, I'm going to take advantage of this potty break situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm going to do the same. I'll be right back. Get more water.
I can't believe he killed that dude in 2 hits. Really,
Yeah,
I mean, he zeroed him out in 1 hit, but he passed his stun roll to stay
Fucking
alive.
hell, yeah. Sorry, I still had my headset on before I stepped away. Holy fucking shit, by the way.
Yeah.
That was fucking insane. Oh my god.
Like I really
can't
thought
believe
that
it.
was going to be a very close thing, right? Well, you saw his dodge;
sure.
it was really good, right? So
That fucking dodge was insane, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, he's gonna dodge every fucking thing. I'm not gonna be able to grapple the dude, so I'm just gonna have to swing for it. And I was like, alright, just keep going. That fucking... When I was like, oh man, 13, that's not bad. At least it hit. And then I saw the fucking 1, and I was like, it's a fucking headshot.
Headshot. Bam.
Fucking hell. I was just like completely floored by that.
I'm back.
I had sat there for the last like 2 hours going back over combat and shit. I had like a little thing of notes in Google Docs of like shit to not fuck up when I'm doing combat. I was like, fuck, how am I gonna not die here? And And then
Bam!
he just fucking decks the
Yeah,
dude.
I couldn't help but laugh, right? I mean, it's like...
I know, right? Holy shit. I was stressing, man. As much as I would have been cool seeing Zavis die just for the amazing RP that would come from that, it's like, holy shit. The fucking
Yeah.
legend.
I mean, it's...
The
yeah.
man, the myth, the legend.
Clocks him right between the eyes, and he drops like a brick, right?
Fuck, no.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need to take this bitch out, Ayla.
Yep. Oh, this bitch.
Yeah,
This blind
fucking...
bitch. That's the only way Ayla can fight is against a blind bitch.
Oh, fucking hell.
A tarot more than her eyes.
Tell her she's ugly and fat.
You smell.
I mean, she's got no eyes, and
You've got
she's
bad
got like
hair.
fucking crazy scars and shit. She might be like a zombie, so it makes sense.
Do healing rules apply then?
Right?
Heal.
Classic. Fucking. Oh my god, I love those rules. That was like the stupidest shit ever. It was my favorite.
Phoenix down, kill the boss. Let's go.
Yeah, just fucking heal the zombies, man.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
I remember in Rogue's game, we're facing undead. It's like, do heal rules apply? No.
God, you don't see that in games anymore. You really don't.
Alright, now give me an additional just a couple minutes, okay? I'm gonna let my dogs out so they don't
That's
piss
fine.
around. Be right back.
Oh man, yeah. Though I fucking that first roll, I was like, "Ooh, a fucking 15, yes!" And I was like, "Ah, shit!" He dodged like a son of a bitch. And I was like, "Oh fuck! If he has like a fucking 8 and a 9, I am in trouble." He's actually got one higher than me.
I was like,
yeah.
we just saved 20 minutes of game time.
Oh, are you kidding me? I was like, holy shit, what do we do now? I was like, my brain was still trying to process the fight. I was like, wait, where do we go now? What happens? Fuck.
I was too hyped. It's like, oh.
Oh god, he was so riled up. He just fucking killed the dude. Fucking shit. Just the fucking cold, dead punch to the fucking forehead. God damn.
That's what I thought of when you said that only one of us is getting out of here. That
Yeah.
Slipknot song, only one of us walks away.
Oh man.
2 women enter, 1 woman leave. It's the Dimaterium's dumb.
It's
That's
like
awesome.
hilarious, actually. I mean, see, here's the thing, right? That's Zavis's idea. Just fucking grab her, shove her face into the fucking bars.
Fucking
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
Eat it, mage.
Says the
I know,
mage.
I know. This is like the worst place for me to be, but the worst place for her to be.
I was gonna say, I was like really worried when he started whispering you, and you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna step back." I was like, "Oh shit, is it like an illusion? Is she a monster?" Oh no.
It's just poison bars.
Completely fucking forgot about the Temeridium. Oh man.
We
Yeah,
ran
I was
into
sitting
it
here trying to think, if she's down there, why the fuck wouldn't she have just teleported out? And I was like, oh.
Oh shit!
So is the gate open now? Like you walk in and talk to her, or you're just talking
No,
to
it's-
the bars?
Through the
Oh no,
bars.
it's all closed. Yeah.
Hey, I forget, is small blades throwing knives or was it athletics? It was athletics, wasn't it?
It's
don't remember.
athletics.
Alright, I'll have to, if we end up doing that, I'll have to roll off my sheet for the damage, I think. I don't know. No, it's still going to be poignard damage. I don't.
That's fine.
20 years.
Good. I'm going to resume record.
Alright, we can do initiative now.
Cool.
Give me 1 sec.
Sure.
Oh. The contrast between this and that fucking elf. He's just happy fucking Oxy is alive. He did not want to lose a fucking friend. He's like, Dev's lost an arm. Everybody else seems to be just having a terrible time. Fuck's sake. He would have gone off if she was like hurting anyway. Holy shit.
Yeah, she might be dead, fam.
Fucking which one is I take it she's in this one back here?
Who? No, if you scroll up,
No,
she's
she's
at the
here.
top. Oh, yeah.
Zavis should be like right. Oh yeah, I was just figuring where Zavis would be, if that's fine.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
Ayla's gonna be like...
Yeah, you'd be like, however. Well, that's... You said you were closer to the exit, Ayla, so I figured you were
Yeah, I was
closer
gonna
to
say.
the...
wherever we
Sorry.
entered from,
Yep.
that's where
Yep,
she
it's
is.
up here. Top
Oh,
Yeah, it's
left.
a fucking
so
dead
she's
end.
by
Yeah, they came
them
in
is-
behind you, basically.
Oh, so she's literally by them. Okay.
I mean, you would have time to move back a little bit towards your people, right?
Yeah, because they walked in
Mhm.
after her, so I imagine when you see the fucking
Yeah, you
crazy
walk
no
back.
eye scar lady coming in.
Okay, I think we have everybody. Okay. Oh, except one person we're missing. This one.
I'm gonna say she's still in front.
Yeah, she's in front, but...
Ayla's going hard.
Alright, let's, Okay, here we go. The first... Scoia'tael moves forward next to Ayla and swings his sword at her.
Oh no. No, she can dodge.
She can try.
You could always oh well, I don't know if you have athletics, but you could readjust and then allow you to move as well.
No, she'll dodge.
19. Hold on.
Oh no.
Something's wrong with his gear.
Yeah, you rolled nothing.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, it didn't roll damage. Weird.
There it is. 10.
Oh yeah.
I still don't understand why it did that, but okay. 10 damage. Hits you in the torso.
Do you have armor?
Mm-mm.
Yeesh. Oh, you're a healer, it's fine.
Strikes you across the chest, bloodying you immediately.
Ayla kind of cries out, taking a slight step back and holding her chest, looking down at the bleeding. Oh, God!
And Dev, you're up.
All right. So RP wise, she had a bunch of throwing knives, but I don't see them on a sheet. Do I use the poignant damage
Just
for
use the
that?
poignard. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So she's going to roll her athletics, and she's going to try to. Is there a disadvantage in this game to trying to hit someone that's? She'll have to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a range band for throwing knives.
Right. She'll get up here and try to get the guy that's attacking Ayla. And at the same time, she's going to shout, "What are you doing? That's your master's love. You think he's going to be happy with this? You better back off and leave it to the women to figure out on their own." And
Why don't you give me an intimidation roll first off?
shoot, that was Will, right?
Yeah, it's Will. Mhm.
Yep.
Not terribly intimidating.
Your throwing knife is 1d6 damage, actually.
Okay.
And let's do, okay, so that intimidation, let me just do this real quick and see if it had any effect. No.
No.
No, they're scared of this person probably just as much as the other guy. So let's, okay, so what's your body?
Oh, my body?
Because we got to figure out your range.
5.
Okay, so 20 is the max range on this thing, on your throwing knife. Let me look at that real quick. That table. Alright, so how far are you? You're pretty much right on him, so that's going to be good. You're about 2.5 away. You're basically point blank. No,
Do
you're
you get
close.
the same...
You're close. You just get close. There's no negative to your roll. So go ahead and roll 1d6, and then you can also roll your. Sorry, this is not set up. It should have been. Just you're going to need to do your hit location. There's a hit location button on the skills page. It's off to the right.
Okay, let me find it. Hold on.
It's under.
Is there any bonus to the damage, like with your brawling stuff, or is it just the straight 1d6?
I believe it's just a straight 1d6. Range doesn't get body stuff.
Okay. All right, I see it. So hold on.
Okay, 4 damage. And the torso. These guys, I don't believe have armor. No, they don't have any armor.
All right. Well, she'll do another one.
Well, he actually needs to dodge first. I totally forgot to do that. Let me do that first so we know. Okay, so this is going to be a critical because you rolled a 25. So let's do that first. So it's a 10 over. So that's a complex critical. So 5 extra damage. So we'll do the damage first. So torso 4, so that's 9 damage. Now, okay, we're there. Now let's do the critical table. Let me pull out the critical button thing. Did you guys see it? I just put it there.
There
So
you go.
if you click on it and click critical, it's a complex critical. We'll just do that as like break his somehow. So your dagger flies through the air, sticking in the guy's hip, like pinning through his hip joint, and he screams out in pain. And let me do the updates on him.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my next attack then.
Let me do his. He's got to do a stun
Oh,
save.
okay.
Sorry, there's a lot to it when they get hit that hard.
Oh, okay, I
No,
didn't
you're fine.
realize.
Let me just do a stun save real quick, because it might be even better for you. Fail. So he's stunned. So I think, yeah, now you're just going for a DC 10. He can't defend himself at all. So go ahead, you can attack again now. 21, that's another critical.
So that would be another crit, yeah.
So let's do your damage first. 6. And do your hit location.
Nice.
So that's a torso again. So that's also a complex critical. 6 plus 10, that's 16, I think. I want to say... What did I say? 6 plus... Yeah, that 16, that kills him. How does it look?
A lot cooler than I expected. So Dev walks up and she almost reaches, tries, like her first instinct is to reach for an arrow and she doesn't, but she reaches down for her knife. And she's shouting for them to back off. She whips out a knife and it sticks in his hip and he just kind of stumbles back, hits his head against the brick. He's stunned and she whips off another one as fast as she can, and this one hits him in the chest, directly in the heart, and against the wall he just slumps down. And at first she's not sure what just happened, and then she realizes he's dead, and a wide, shit-eating grin just spreads across her face, and suddenly she feels like her old self for the first time since she lost her arm.
Nice. After that happens, the other warrior rushes into the fray. Seeing you be the main source of carnage, he actually attacks you. He has to charge to get there. And as he does, he's going to swing his sword at you. Let me attack. Actually,
Down an arm can still dodge.
Less to hit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually true. Literally. Because if it does hit that, it just nothing happens. Oh, it's like actually really good in the weirdest
I don't
fucking
know
way.
what's up with damage for these guys, but go ahead. Do you dodge? Let's see if I have to worry about it. Oh,
Fucking Dev.
swings and misses. How's that look as you cause him to miss?
So she sees him charging at her, and she almost gives him one of those, come at me sort of emotions, and he comes forward and he swings, and she just turns at the last minute, presenting her narrowest profile as the blade slides between her and Ayla, getting only...
Okay. Rothmere, you're up.
Alright, Rothmir's got his 2 blades out. Can I get them through
Yeah,
there,
you can
or
go. You can
should I
even
have to
go around. Your speed is what? It's 7. You can get there. I was counting it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, I'll try to get that guy that just attacked her.
His dodge is going to be at a -2 because he's ganged up on. Go ahead. You can attack first. You should definitely have a dagger button. And you're fast attacking, I'm assuming, or are you doing a strong attack?
Yeah, fast
Okay.
attacked.
Oh god, go ahead and give me a critical. You get a button for criticals.
Fucking in it
Crit
today.
plus fun.
Shit.
Is what you want. You have a button for that too, yep. An 8. Holy moly. So that's 32. Or no, 33. So 33. That's what I gotta dodge, okay. 14.
Fucking hell. Oh
So
my god.
that's a crit for 19. Let me see.
Fucking shit.
That's gonna be... So that's a deadly critical. So your damage was 3. This is how he kills people. He doesn't hit him for damage, really. Not for normal damage, right?
He just fucking crits like a son of a bitch.
That was the right leg, so that's going to be halved anyway. So that's going to be 2 damage plus the deadly critical damage, which is 10. So he takes 13 damage normally. So, or I'm sorry, 12 damage. So he takes 12 damage. Now he's going to first thing, let's go ahead and roll critical on that Witcher medallion symbol. Let's do a deadly critical. This should be interesting. Okay.
Oh my god. Fucking shit, guys.
So how does that look?
Oh my god. I just read that. Okay, so Rothmere runs around Ayla and brings the blade down into the guy's leg at first to slice open his artery, and then spins and places the blade right into his throat and twists the blade, making the side of his head like loll to the side and spurt a bunch of blood all out as he topples to the ground with his head almost detached from his body.
Dev gets sprayed with all that blood and starts laughing.
Alright. You already moved, so you can't move again, so you're pretty much done. This guy runs at Rothmere, seeing that, and he swings his blade at Rothmere here. Okay, go ahead and give me your defense roll. You can either dodge or block or whatever you want to do. So dodge. 17, that's a hit. Let me see why I don't know why this is not working. But 2d6 plus 2 is the damage on these things. 8 damage to a leg. So that's 4 damage. Do you have any armor on your leg? Let's find out.
Believe I do.
You do too. So 4, it is enough. So it was on the left leg. Yeah, left leg. So, okay. So it hits your left leg and tears a piece out of it, but doesn't get through.
Oh, nice.
He's done. Ayla.
Ayla, still holding on her chest, but she's transfixed on Elendon. And she raises a hand towards the woman. Let's see who makes it out of here alive. And she kind of reaches out and turns her fist up, punching her fingers together, and is going to try that new spell of hers. Engelwick. Will.
What's the stamina on that?
8. And she has to roll resist magic, I think, to dodge.
She's gonna try to dispel. Tie goes to the defender. So you begin to cast a spell, and you can tell she brings her hands up, and there's this meeting of power in between, and then all of a sudden this boom, and the spell fizzles. So how much stamina was that for you?
Those 8. Is it -1 because of the staff focus?
Yes, it would be -1.
So it'd be 7.
Okay, 7. Alright, so she had to spend 6 to do that. So 4. Casting a spell is you can go again.
She's gonna frown, but she's gonna hold off this turn, knowing that Elendon is probably gonna counter her at some point.
I was gonna say if Zavis can, he'd kind of call
Yeah,
to
sure, you can
make
talk.
way.
Yeah, you'll be able to move through people. It's not a problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Under
He
our
just wants to
legs.
make sure he has enough room. Yeah, I was gonna say he probably could quite
Sure.
easily.
The next one charges down towards DevNet, and it has to be a charge for him. He stabs down at her. $14. Roll your fumble. So you gotta roll that crit fumble.
Oh shit.
No, you would do the so there's a button up there called crit fumble. It subtracts 10 from your roll, or subtracts 1d10 from your roll, I should say. There you go. So he hit. It's 2d6 plus 2, 8. To the left arm, 4. What armor do you have in your arm?
3.
3.
Oh shit! Not the other
Actually, I
arm.
have a no. Actually, yeah, I have 3.
Okay. So 1 damage. So he swings and it hits your left arm, and you're for a moment probably freaking out that he's going to cut off your other arm just briefly. But you realize it's just a nick. And if anybody would ever hit your right arm, it's considered a miss.
Cool.
It's like weirdly useful.
And he is done.
All right, I've got just enough move to get up in between those guys.
I'll let you just squeeze out of the way so you can
Perfect.
get your token in there.
Cool. Exactly. And yeah, I'm gonna go in on this guy who just attacked Dev.
Okay.
With my knuckles, I'll do a fast attack.
Okay.
We're all so close.
Snuggly.
Strike. Press knuckles.
That's dangerous.
Oh yeah.
He
go.
tries to dodge. That's actually at a -1. So it's a hit. 8 damage to the torso. He has no... Yep, that's just a... It's just a hit to the torso for 8 damage. You just slam your fist into his ribs.
Yeah, and he immediately kind of brings up the next one. He just... There we go. Almost. There we go. Oh, my
Go
boy.
ahead and roll your crit fum button.
Crit
Is that 33? So he's gonna dodge.
Punchy
Guessing this
boy.
guy's gonna die. Oh, and he fumbled.
Oh.
Okay, so we're talking about a 0. So it's
Oh,
a
fuck.
deadly. So that's gonna kill him. Did you hit him in the? Oh, you hit him in the left arm. So Still gonna kill him, yep.
Cool. Hey, oh yeah, I had 12. Oh man, it's not bad.
What class are you?
Zavis.
What class is Zavis?
Zavis, he's a bard.
A bard of bludgeoning.
The fucking barge of bar or barge. Bar to bar room bar. Yeah, fuck, I can't talk today. Let Zavis do it for me. And I will pay to do an extra and go for the next dude.
You can do that, yep.
Oh, cancel. Darn it.
I subtracted your stamina.
There we go. My computer's just been a bit funky today,
You're
so
fine.
it's taking a second to click through
Okay,
everything. Another fast on this dude. But yeah, Zavis has had enough encounters over the years, and also he's spent a lot of his youth in the pit in Skellige. Well, if it hits, at least that'll.
So this
hurt it.
guy's at a -1 as well on dodge because he's against Rothmere as well. That is a miss.
Dang. Alright, here comes the next one. There we go. There we go. Come on. My boy. Eh. I only roll low when I have the -3, I swear.
But that's a hit
Oh, but it's
still.
enough.
11 damage to the torso. That's just going to be a normal 11 damage. No crit, no extra stuff.
No.
Punch him really solidly in the ribs.
Yeah, so Zavis kind of just runs up between Ayla, kind of squeezing his way through, clocks the one dude, and then brings the other fist down into his arm, kind of, but impacting him into the wall, essentially, before bringing a left hook up into this guy.
This guy moves just to be in position. He's going to try to shoot Dev. He's got a pretty... he might have to shoot Zavis instead, so he does that. That's the clearest shot.
Yeah, he's only got like half of a target otherwise. with Zav in front. Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure he's close range. $14.
Dodge, yeah.
Yep, you can dodge.
Let me
Much to my
see.
chagrin.
I think is it. Yeah, there. Is that the right one? Yeah.
Misses?
Oh, just.
Misses. Arrow just clatters off the
Whew.
side of the wall.
Oh shit, that would have been bad.
And then Eladin, she says, "Yes, one of us will survive."
Oh shit.
And she actually casts. Oh, that's never very. Let me look at one thing I forgot to put. Don't wanna cheat. No, I don't know what the range of this spell is. I forgot to put it in.
What is it? All of them are like 8 to 10 usually.
Yeah, it is 5 meters. Okay, hold on. Alright, so where is she right now? Within 5 meters, I think. Yeah. So she needs to move up 3 meters. So she begins walking forward up to right here. And although she probably would like to attack Ayla, she attacks Zavis because he's just the one there. And it is going to be the following spell.
Ooh.
find it again.
I always wanted to put stuff into spell resist,
Mhm.
but of course he had no.
This one is
excuse to,
dodge or
other than
block,
accident.
so
Oh well, fuck. There we go.
so this
I
is
guess he didn't
yeah.
need
So
it.
this is not one of those spells. So she is
Thank goodness.
doing her spell roll.
And I can dispel this,
You
correct?
definitely can. I'll tell you. It is so she rolls a 19. Would you like to dispel it?
Sorry, how much stamina?
2 for you to dispel it.
Oh.
Okay,
Yep.
roll your spell casting.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
No, thank you.
Ayla.
Damn it.
Ayla tries
Okay.
to kind of deflect the magic, is unable to kind of power through it.
You say I could
You
dodge
can
this?
go ahead and try to dodge.
Alrighty. Did it go? Oh, there we go. Oh no!
Or your crit fumble.
Alright, crit fumble. Boop.
So it's a 3
Nice.
versus a 19.
Yeah, you definitely. Whatever it is.
Oh boy. So I'll show you what the spell is now, so you can see.
Magic. Zavis is one weakness.
So for every point you roll against 10d6 damage.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
Kinley
God.
Gregg hurls sharp stones at your opponent. For every point you roll above your opponent's defense, maximum 10, you roll 1d6 damage. Each roll counts as its
hell.
own attack. Alright, here we go. 33 damage to the
Fucking hell.
torso.
Does armor absorb
It would.
any of that?
Mhm.
I don't
It
even
would.
know.
Oh,
All these, basically, she pulls all these small rocks out of the walls and they just zoom, zip into Zavis's chest. Doo, 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 doo.
you are so fucking lucky I was in front of you.
What is your armor on your chest?
I'm just looking now. Where is that? That's in my gear
It is.
inventory,
Yes,
right?
it is.
So because I also have the dwarven shit, I think you have all
Yep,
adjusted.
I should.
So my torso is 10.
But it says it's currently 8, which means you haven't fixed your
Oh.
armor.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I would assume that you did that though, so let's just bump that.
Okay.
So I'll take that down 1 as being damaged, so 10. So you take 23 damage. You're down to 17. All right.
And that includes my dwarf
Yeah, that
shit,
includes
right?
your dwarf stuff.
Fucking gnomish armor, dude, or whatever the fuck it is.
And how do you describe what just happened to you? I'll let you describe.
Yeah, so fuck. As the things kind of come up, Zavis goes to kind of dodge out of the way, and then sort of as he starts moving, kind of realizes that the only other viable targets, if it were to shoot his direction, are Dev or Ayla, and he kind of pauses in between, and that's just enough for them to all land center mass as he just grunts and bears it, taking the brunt of the impact of all these shards as they dig in. There's more of a thunk than you would expect, as his rather concealed armor manages to hold off a fair bit of the damage, but it is not looking great for him. There's a lot of blood. I still have 17.
Mhm. The archer moves around the corner
Don't
and
worry.
tries to shoot Zavis.
Fucker.
No mercy, sweep the leg.
Yeah, right?
That's,
I'd do it.
one misclick and it's like, nah.
And my body's 9.
Man,
Wait,
I got
Ruffner has
crapped
15
once.
HP? Oh, like all together? I thought.
yeah.
God.
Oh, fucking hell.
What's that?
I only
Oh,
Oh
was
yeah,
getting
you
scrappled by
only have
Ruffner's
15.
HP.
Yeah, 20. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not
fuck.
right. He rolled a. He rolled 21. Okay. 26.
Oh my.
16 damage to the right leg is what it'll be.
It factors all the damage into my rolls and everything,
Yep.
right? Okay, cool. Yep. I'll attempt it. Oh, I have luck,
Yeah,
don't I?
you do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have like.
Well, it should be
Right?
back to what it started at. So if you have 3, so you can put it all in there if you want.
3. Oh, you know it. My whole 3 luck. Zavis the luck. Yeah, no. I don't think so.
17
He's very
versus
hurt.
a 20. What was it? 26. So that's not quite 10. So that is
Thank God.
critical. We'll do that part
Yeesh.
first. On your arms? What's your armor?
On the arm, it is. I think I still have it open. Yeah. So for right arm, left arm, it is. Oh, also 10 armor.
Okay.
If it's all
Yep,
fixed.
it does. It should be. Okay, so we I made a flowchart for myself because I kept forgetting this. Calculating damage, armor, SP. So we subtract the armor first. So 6. Then mark it down to 9, and then it's halved. It is right leg. So it's halved. So it's going to end up being 8 damage after the. No, I'm sorry. 6 damage after the crit. So,
Thank Christ.
so
Zavis is very hurt.
the arrow just
Back up.
plunks into your leg, and DevNet, you're up as the tides have changed drastically.
So, after seeing Zavis get hit by this magical attack, and then the arrow, she's obviously focused on the mage, just enraged, and she pulls out another couple of daggers with her one hand and tosses them at Elendan, so she's going to try to hit her. And she should be well within range. If this is long range, she'll move forward a little
I think you're in good. You're at 6, so I'm pretty sure you're at close.
I'm at 5.6.
Yes, so
right
I'm
now.
pretty sure that is close enough to being close. I believe it's 1/4, so we'll just say it is. So no modifiers to your athletics. So you are good to let him fly. $25. I'll do her dodge first.
Now, when do you start losing stamina for dodge?
Every time you dodge, so she'll lose one
Okay.
here. I've been marking them off for people.
Okay.
So that's going to be a critical. That's going to be a 10 critical, so that's a complex critical. So we'll do damage next. So go ahead and roll me 1d6, and then target location. We'll do that first. So 3 damage. You want to give me a location? Right arm. So first thing, I don't think she has armor on. She does not. So 3 damage. That's going to be halved to 2 plus 5. So she's going to take 8 damage for that part.
and then a complex
Yep, then
critical.
go ahead and do the complex critical. Alright, so I'll mark that off on her. -2 body. -1 reflex and dex, that's nice. And then she's going to do... She has to make a stun save. Oh, she failed. She's stunned. She must use her next turn to break her stun unless she takes damage.
So that means if I hit her again, she doesn't have to...
If you hit her again, it breaks her out of her stunned. She's no longer stunned.
But at the same time, she's at a disadvantage.
Yeah,
for the
you just
next
have
hit,
to... A 10 is what you're attacking against.
Yeah, I don't think Deb would be thinking clearly enough to be like, oh, let someone else have a
Yeah.
shot. She'd already gotten the knives out, so...
True.
Sweet. Get it.
.24 versus a 10. That is at least a critical.
Oh.
What's the...
Definitely still sniping the kills.
What is it? What is it?
Do
is
it.
What is it? I think it's still... Oh, no, that's a difficult critical. So that's... let's do the damage. 6 damage. Where's it going to hit?
Oh, fucking hell. First strike.
Damn.
Now Ayla. Just stealing all the kills.
Torso.
Do it.
She has 1 armor on her chest. So we're talking about 6. Okay, so 6 minus 1 is 5. So she takes 5 from that, and then another 8. So 13. And then go ahead and do your...
We've been murdering fools.
Now, what kind of... This is a complex
Difficult.
critical again?
Difficult.
Oh, difficult.
Okay, she takes -2 to all actions. And 4 damage per round.
Oh, shit.
So, how does that look?
So, seeing her attack Zavis and him actually getting hurt, which she very rarely sees, she just screams in a berserk fury, pulls out the knives and tosses them almost simultaneously, one hitting her in the arm and the other hitting her in the stomach, deep in the stomach, and everyone can see a bit of ichor dripping out, and Ellendon had stepped back at first, a bit stunned, and now she's hovered over, bent over her stomach for a moment, looking at the knife.
Yep.
And can I spend stamina to go again, or not?
Yes, you can spend 3 stamina to do another quick attack, or whatever.
Fucking hell.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Ooh, that-
And is she still stunned or not?
She is
Probably
not.
She is not.
Okay.
And my... I gotta reboot because my API is not working. Hold on. But yeah, go ahead. You can roll your stuff while I reboot here.
Alright. So, pretty good.
Oh, man.
She's a good thrower. She practiced a lot back in that inn.
Fucking hell, yeah. She's still got it, man. Doesn't need a bow to fucking range kill.
Do you have a lot of
she's-
blades?
She's actually down to 1 more after this.
Oh, shit.
She'll have to fight with poignard or sword or stop to pick up some knives from dead bodies.
I got some knives on my belt. If you need them.
Yeah, might hand me one.
Throw the fucking ammo bell over. Man. Holy fucking shit. God damn Zavis. He's still got 11 HP, luckily enough.
Yeah, which is more than half of mine.
It's fucking crazy. He's so fucking tanky, thank Christ for that. Because,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that hit would have killed me.
I think it would have killed most people. It's just because holy shit. I mean, he's got 40 baseline.
40 is
But
low.
then-
My body's 4.
Karthus is the only guy
fucking
who's got
huge.
more, right? I think we're good. So, yeah, there we go. It's working again. I'll roll my dodge, which is she is now wounded. So, and all her. Let me make sure because that didn't work for me when I did those API calls. Let me do it by hand.
Nice.
So the first one was -2 body.
And -1 reflex and dex.
So she's at -3 reflex, -3 dex, plus everything's halved. All her stats are halved anyway. So she is in trouble.
And a -2 to all actions.
I got that all in there. Here we go.
Okay.
Dodge. 12. That's a boy, that's a... Oh, that's more than 15. What is that? That is deadly critical. That's gonna... Okay, so that's...
Fucking hell.
What's the damage? Go ahead and give me a damage roll. I'm doing this exactly by the letter. 1.
Poop.
What's the location? So that's 1 damage to the right arm. Let me make sure she doesn't have armor there. She does. So that's going to be no damage that way, but 10 bonus damage from the critical. So that takes her to 0. First thing I'm going to do is make the death save. And she dies. She does not make her death save. So how does that look?
Dev pulls out another knife, says, "Die, bitch!" And, well, she says it in a different accent. "Die, cunt!" and throws it at her. And it hits her, let's see, we're in the arm, but it hits her under the arm, and blood just starts spurting out. And Ellendon turns, looks at the fountain of blood in some disbelief, but then just collapses onto the ground.
As this happened, the Scoia'tael threw up their arms. "We surrender! She made us do it! She made us do it!" They dropped their bows. These two, and they will all start to flee if you don't want to strike them down, but if you want to, you can roleplay that out.
Rothmir's gonna kill this one if he
Yeah,
can.
he turns around
Yeah,
and you can
go on.
just stab him in the back.
Yeah. You can see like Rothmir still has like some bloodlust in his eyes after chopping the guy's head off. And he starts stabbing him and spits on him and then looks up and watches the others two run before he realizes that the others might be hurt. And he kind of turns towards them. Are you alright?
Zav, are you okay?
Yeah, Zavis is kind of holding his torso with either hand kind of atop each other, just taking in like how many spots are bleeding all over the place. Hey, it's fine enough.
Let me
That's a lot of blood, but
put it, Zavis. Just, I can't do much in the way of battle. Apparently, I can at least do this. And Ayla's gonna heal Zavis up a bit. I'll roll for healing.
Rothmir will move over here to the wall and like watch their guard the hall.
yeah, he kind of sits and leans back against one of the walls while Ayla works at it.
What is your... go ahead and roll 1d10 to see how long it goes.
Right.
Now multiply that by 3, so you get 6 back on that one. So you feel better, but still very wounded.
She's gonna keep
Yeah,
going.
you can keep going. You got 20. You get
ignoring her own wounds.
You get 20 stamina. Now you have 15. So that's 15. So you're back up to 32.
Yeah, Zavis is completely taken aback as he watches Ayla. I mean, what's it look like as she kind of does this?
So Ayla approaches Zavis, leaning down slightly. You can see her eyes a little bit downcast. She seems a bit defeated, but she reaches out Hands kind of swirling together as this green energy kind of comes out, reaching towards Zavis, and she's mumbling some words under her breath as his wounds, you feel it slowly start to stitch up, close up. And she frowns after the first few seconds, the healing stopping, and again she kind of continues her mumblings. And after a little bit, probably a minute or so, she sighs and looks to you. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, he's breathing heavy. He looks a little bit nauseous as he kind of looks. He's surprised by like just the way it's healed him, but he kind of looks at her. Hey, it's a hell of a lot better. Can I believe that? It's nay the most comfortable feeling your flesh knit back together, but it certainly does a lot better than bandages, I suppose, doesn't it?
I'm glad you're not dead. Thank you for taking that from me.
So I'm here for.
DevNet had been looking on with kind of just a helpless anxiety throughout the whole process. And seeing his wounds heal up, she looks over at Ayla. Oh, thank you so much. Any fuck with a stick can kill someone. But this is what magic should be.
She pauses for a moment. Look, I don't want anything to happen to any of you. If at all possible, I'm gonna make sure you all get out of here safely. I'm gonna make sure that Alien doesn't do anything to the rest of you, but I need to go back now.
Yeah. Rothmere, does that bitch's corpse have anything on it that you think might open these cages?
Does he find anything while he's scouring the bodies over there?
Yeah, I'll
Anything maybe useful
Yeah.
for the cage?
As Ayla's passing Rothmere, she goes into her purse at the side, pulling out a fairly large sack, and she turns it over to Rothmere. Take this. I don't think I'll have much use of it anymore.
He smiles and greedily, takes it and doesn't look towards her or seem to notice the emotion of her at all, and stuffs it in his jerkin.
What was it again? I'm sorry, I missed it. I was typing.
She basically handed him her coin purse.
Okay.
And I think I have there's 1,100 gold in there.
My goodness.
Rothmere the king. He's got more money than anybody in this game.
Fucking hell.
Ayla
He is happy.
Ayla just turns around and continues upstairs.
How much is it?
1,100.
I'm writing this all down.
That's a lot of fucking gold.
I spent nothing.
Christ.
And before he can say anything, the greed taking over and everything, he notices he should say something and looks to the door, and she's already gone. And then he looks back to the others with the key that he found, and I don't know if this can do it.
Yeah, Zavis kind of holds out a hand. Well, toss a here, we'll see, I suppose.
Let me try.
Fair enough.
And he knows the thing about traps, thing or two, so maybe he might notice something but he walks over there and tries to maybe pass it in front of the door.
You fit with the key, but there's not a keyhole. No matter what you do, it doesn't actually open this door.
Fucking hell.
What do you think, Axon? Yeah. Will that key open this in some way?
Or are you alright?
It's a mess, but she healed me up. It's fine. We can tend to it later.
Why? The key, until I'm out of here, I can't do a divination on it to see where it does. I don't think it's for these, though. This is kept closed by him. I don't know what the key is for.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Where's Ayla going? Is she going back to him by herself?
She is.
You should help her.
He's waiting anyway.
He takes off after her. Puts the key in his jerkin.
Fuck. Zav, we don't have a
Sorry.
choice. Unless we're gonna leave here without Axe, and that's
That's
not in my plan.
Alright, Axon, yeah. We'll be back. Hold tight, eh?
Holding tight. Hurry.
Oh, you know it. As fast as my stumpy little legs can run.
She nods.
we'll be back.
Right off.
You hustle up the stairs a bit behind her, but you're able to catch up. She's not particularly quick. Give me a sec. Yeah, I don't want to do that one. Okay, sorry.
What's your speed?
Yeah,
Oh, fucking hell.
Literal Bambi legs.
The dwarf is twice as fast.
That's
Shit.
not even my like dub stat. It's rolled like shit.
Oh.
You return up the tower, catching up with Ayla just as she's crossing the bridge. You see the candlelight and Elian scribbling something in a book. He's smiling to himself. "Oh, you're back, you're back," he says without looking up.
She kind of looks at everyone else who's caught up, motioning them backward. Go. Edian, your apprentice, she tried to kill us.
Oh, well, you're all alive. No matter. I'm not surprised she was jealous. Just another proof that you are meant to be with me. Bring your friend. I will heal her arm immediately. And then they can be on their way and we can be with each other forever again.
I think Devon's fine. I don't think she wants your magics, Elian.
He looks across. Is that so?
Well, as it turns out, I've already had my entire wardrobe adjusted. It would be just, such an expense and pain to go putting sleeves back on everything. I think I'll be fine.
He shrugs. Oh, as you wish. He waves behind him. Behind me is the pool of fate. It will take you anywhere within reason, where you need to be, if that is the way you would like to leave. The forest is, well, very dangerous these days. You're all more than willing to take it. Once I'm done here with Ayla, we will go through it as well. And in this place, your friend can have it back. It won't be needed by me anymore. I won't have to fear. I won't have to run from Carnifex ever again.
You're running from... Why?
He is the most powerful mage I have ever seen. He wants me for his collection. He collected mages and killed them. He is building something horrible, Ayla, and we must stop it.
You're trying to stop it?
Of course. Do you think I'm here for some unlimited power, some foul design? No, I am here to stop an extinction of all life. These creatures will walk the earth. They will walk through the north. They will walk through the south. Nordlings and Nilfgaardians alike will be murdered, taken into his unholy army. But it requires the ultimate sacrifice. We'll talk about it later. I'm almost there. I can let your friend go now, once you're through the portal, and Ayla and I are alone. Or, very well, I'll let her out now. You have helped Ayla, and he snaps his fingers. She's free. She is likely coming this way now.
Why was that woman's eyes gouged out?
Oh, it's complicated. She did it herself. Tore them out with her own fingers.
Why? Why all this? Why lead people here? I know you're trying to stop whatever Carnifex is doing, but...
It is to fight him. Everything I'm doing is to save thousands, millions, maybe.
Ayla looks down. Looks like a Badalian. Extends her hands to him. I'm sorry I doubted you. It's been a hard few years.
Sorry, can Zav get a read on this guy when he's saying
go
all
ahead.
this stuff? Yeah, he definitely wants to try.
Uh,
He's having a hard time believing it,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, I'm getting like a different vibe from him all of a sudden now.
20?
He's just skeptical.
I'll try to.
Ayla believes him.
Now, Zavis, concerned, kind of looks to Dev and nudges her again. Zev, I don't know what he's on about, but he really... It might be worth a try. We don't know if anyone else will be able to do this.
Maybe I spoke in too much haste. What would be involved in giving me an arm?
Oh.
Would I be a monster like they were saying Carnifex makes?
Define monster. You won't be a monster, but he looks to his desk and there's a box beside it. He pulls it up, pulls it off, and shows it to everyone. And there's a slender arm inside, hewn off exactly where your arm was hewn off. It's only good for a few more hours. I would attach it with magic. It would be yours.
Where did it come from?
A subject, a criminal.
Zavis kind of steps back up along beside Dev. Dev, it doesn't matter now. It's already off. You have no reason to deny.
Everything I do is to fight Carnifex. Everything.
Of course.
This Carnifex, he sounds like someone kin to Ten Blades in spirit.
I don't know Ten Blades, but Carnifex is... He has no reason to do what he does, except to see people suffer, to die. It is all he wants.
Aye. Then perhaps I could accept that arm, but it would come with a price. For me. I think I'd have to help you.
Yes,
Zavis looks concerned at
it
that.
certainly will come with a price.
What do you mean?
All that accept my gifts must fight Carnifex. It won't even be your choice. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's where you're wrong, because I already made the choice.
What do you mean? No way. Are you mad? Are you saying she's going to lose her will, or what?
Yes. In this matter, she will.
What about other matters?
As long as they do not interfere with the destruction of Carnifex, they are yours to make. But it is me to decide.
Dev, I know what I said, but that's a lot. He looks completely just conflicted. More than you ever really seen him. He really just, his face is all over the place. He doesn't know what to do, and he kind of sees Oxy and hears Oxy kind of coming up behind, and he reaches a hand out to have her come up.
Oh. She's kind of seems very curious to what's happening. She's looking over your shoulder. Oh,
Oxy, are you alright? You good?
oh, yes, a bit. I'm a bit weakened from the Dimaterium, but I'll be okay. It will take me a while to be able to cast a spell, but I'm fine.
Axenia.
Great.
Rothmere looks over to Devnet and says, so you get your arm back, only to get a shackle put on it. Is it worth it?
If the only shackle is to fight Carnifex, but I don't know how I can know that's for sure.
Devnet, Ilian, I love you deeply, but Devnet, don't lose your free will for this. It should be your choice to fight Carnifex or not, all the time, not just in this instance.
She thinks for a moment, and then she looks at her right arm, well, the remains of it. You're right. I'm still me, with or without the arm. I know that now, she says, thinking back to the battle downstairs. I thank you, Mr. Elian, for the offer. But I think I'm stronger as myself than as part of myself with an extra arm.
So be it. He takes the box and places it back where it was. What will the four of you do? Will you take this? And he points back to the swirling pool. It is my last gift to anyone. The Pool of Fate.
You will go where you are needed, where fate calls you, where you need to go.
Zavis.
Rothmere will walk towards
ahead.
it slowly
Mm-hmm.
and stares at it, kind of pondering.
Devnet does too.
Zavis lingers for a moment, kind of looks to Oxinia. He's still looking pretty conflicted and distraught from the situation with Devnet and the arm. Oxinia, is what he's saying sound legitimate? Could I actually do what he says, you think?
Oh, it's divination magics. I'm not quite clear on many of them, but I've read things such as this. But I am no expert.
He
What do you
thinks for a moment.
think?
Kind of walks back up there with Oxinia.
What'd you say, Slit?
Oh, just she turned and looked back at Zavis. We've made our own road for so long, Zav. How would it feel to leave it in the hands of fate and the gods? But then I suppose it always were in their hands, weren't it?
Hey, Frey'll do what she wants, but he kind of looks over Elyon and the rest of the place, and then he kind of looks to Oxinia. Well, I suppose you'll be fine enough. You'll just teleport it back if you need to, eh?
Oh, when I can. I'm not quite myself quite yet.
Axe, wherever we go, when he leaves, you need to look into the village. It's in a dreadful shape right now.
Hey, Scoia'tael taken over, and he kind of looks to Elyon. Now, not really sure what to think. And the Dryads have gone as well. Hopefully, they come back soon now. But, hey,
X.
if you have a way of finding
So
us, then
I'll stay here and head back to Haldor then.
alright. Be careful of, alright? I don't want you getting out after all this shite. I'm tempted to stay back here, but he looks at the pool and seems to be very deep in thought.
Well, whatever we do, Zav, we do it together.
I suppose so. Well, who knows? Maybe we end up back in Skellige and have a good old party with Brockvard. Be a lovely time.
And it was an honor meeting all of you. I remember y'all, and hopefully we meet again one day.
Zavis kind of looks at her. And then towards Aelion again and her. Hey, lass, if you ever need us, I owe you one. So, I don't know, try Gilder or Skellige. You know our names.
I will. You can expect to have that favor called upon one day.
Well, they make it too much, I suppose.
No,
Then
not
again.
too much. What?
Good
Sure.
luck.
Thank you, Zavis. And Rothmere, and she'll look over to him. If you see Sir Carthus or Endry again, let them know that I'm happy now.
Rothmere nods and offers a little smile on the side of his mouth and says, well, it was good traveling with you.
And you as well.
I'm glad you got what you wanted.
Me too. She'll look over to Ellie and smile.
And Rothmere will also, regard Devnet and Zavis, and well, maybe we'll run into each other again one day. You guys can buy me more drinks. I'm not gonna.
I suppose. Who knows? If it goes a certain way, we may end up in the same place, I guess.
Drinks it is. I think you need more practice.
Right, you both do.
Well, perhaps so.
And,
Are you-
Rothmere looks over towards Elion. So what do? You just jump in this thing?
Yes, that's pretty much it. Step in and you will be gone.
Rothmere looks over towards them. And he says, well, you guys go first then.
Damn it, and I thought I had you into it. Zavis kind of looks towards it and then looks to Axenia. Alright, when all this is over, we'll find you, or you find us, and we'll have a good old time, alright?
She smiles, leans down, and gives you a kiss on the lips, and says, "A good old time.
Returns it.
I've been in prison for 6 months." And she gives him a knowing look.
Hey, I can give you more than that if we need to once we meet back up. think you
After
deserve
you've
it.
had a bath.
Yes, well, I can't damage the goods.
Well, the frickin' mage had a go at that and did not do all that well. Surprisingly enough.
She pats you on the head. I'm going to go downstairs and rest before I teleport back to Haldur.
Hey, you be careful now.
She
Alright, well, if nothing else is going, Zavis kind of swallowing his heart, jumps in, literally like full sprint
Cannonball.
over and hops in the damn thing.
Devnet just gasps as he goes by because she just didn't expect it. And she watches to see what happens, but she's already on her way.
As he jumps in, the water comes up his legs slowly, his form changing into small beads of what looks like rainwater, and then drops back into the pool, and he's suddenly gone.
Yeah, the last thing you hear him kind of speak as he steps into it is, "Free guide me."
Dev gives Rothmere a salute as she jumps in after him.
Same thing happens.
Rothmere smiles and nods at her as she disappears. And Rothmere looks back towards Ayla and does one last bow. And farewell then, my lady.
Farewell, Rothmere, Sidars.
All three of Ayla's comrades disappear in short order. Where they go is a tale for another time. But now, Elyon smiles and puts his hands on Ayla. Now, it's time for the last thing. I
What's
must
that?
give you everything that I am. I have learned much, but I'm dying.
Alien, no. We just... You can't... Is there anything you can do?
You can continue the fight against Carnifex. You can take my strength into you. I know that you are a healer, but you must become more. You must take my power and my life. It is the only way.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have the strength, Alien.
He snaps his fingers, and the room lights up as if it was, much brighter all of a sudden. Lights circling you. It's what has to be done. If I die, all that I've learnt, all that I am is lost. And so, Carnifex will win. And eventually the darkness will cover everything. It's the only way. I will die regardless.
Ayla steps to Alien, putting her hands on his cheeks as tears roll down her face. I don't want you to go. Not after so long. How long do you have?
I don't know. You've come at the right time. I may die at any moment. I've been fighting it for so long. He walks back over to his desk, opens the drawer and pulls a ornate curved dagger, walks back, extends it, hilt towards Ayla. Plunge it into my heart. And then you will gain what I have known. You will become the bane of Carnifex. You will fight against his machinations.
And Ayla takes the dagger with a shaky hand, looking it over and holding it, looking up to Alien. If this is what you wish, my love.
If you do not want to do it, I will get the mage downstairs and force her. It was my secondary plan. It will be more difficult, and I will need to force her to do it, like I forced her to walk into that cell. But someone must take this banner from me before it is too late.
Ayla places her hand on Eileen's cheek, stepping forward. I do this because I love you, and I always will. And if this is your wish, so be it. And with that, she plunges the dagger into Alien.
Stab the dagger into his heart. His eyes go wide. His lips curl into a smile. As black blood seeps onto the blade that drips onto the floor. Suddenly, Ayla feels a sense of euphoria, of strength, of power. In the distance is a violent thunderclap. Ayla head is thrown back in sudden pain and ecstasy mixed strangely together. She sees things in her mind, things she does not understand. She feels her blood burning. Her skin is on fire. And suddenly it passes. She feels engorged with power, strength. Her once timid and meek nature is forced aside by purpose, strength. She must fight against Carnifex. She knows it. It's her will. It is her only true desire. She looks down, and Elyon has fallen to the ground. She notices that his face is a ruin, a patchwork of flesh. No longer does he hold any beauty. Not physically. He has mismatched eyes. His skin is brown and black. He looks like a corpse that has been dead for weeks, bloated. It stinks. And there is a sudden gust of wind, and you hear Carnifex's words. You have chosen poorly. You can now choose wisely. Serve me as Elyon did, and we can rule the world together.
And Ayla stands there, continuing to look down at Elian. She shakes her head. No. I'll make sure Carnifex to destroy you piece by piece, making sure to dismantle everything you've built, tear apart everything you've created, burn it all to the ground, salt the earth, and laugh as you die in front of me. So please, come for me.
You hear no response from Carnifex. You stand there in an empty room, the lights flickering around you, one by one, extinguishing.
And as they extinguish, Ayla takes her eyes off Elian, looking down to the notes that he was making, seeing if there's anything in there.
The last thing that he was writing was not a magical note, but a letter to you. It reads, Ayla, I am sorry for what I must ask. I am sorry for what I have had to put myself through to survive. To keep Carnifex from doing what he will do. Thank you for taking up my task. I love you, Elyon.
Nayla smiles before she takes it into her hands, looking to the fire on the side of the table. As she does that, she burns the note. All this time to be led here for your own machinations. Have me face against Carnifax. Selfish choice. But I'll do what must be done. Not for you, Alien, but for everyone else.
And as you speak your final words, the candle on the desk goes out suddenly, leaving you in darkness, and the screen finally fades to black. And that's it.
Yay!